Tonight, I wait outside job centre. Hammond's out of a job. And James May eats a pie. Hello and welcome back to Top Game. Yes, we haven't been canned like the steak. However, today we do indeed have a normal kind of show going on. So, to start with, like normal, we have a car. And this car is a Dodge. Well, it's a Dodge Viper. Yes, because apparently they think it's a good idea to light stuff like the back snake up. So, you know what? I thought I would give it a run round. You might be asking, what is this? This is a 2010 Dodge Viper SRT10 Coupe. Yes, it's a 600 brake horsepower car with 560 pounds per foot of torque. With the four-wheel drive configuration, this car is okay at turning, to be fair. It also has a weight of 3,459 pounds and has a top speed of 202 miles per hour, making 0 to 62 in 3.4 seconds. Damn, that's fast. But you know, it's a Dodge. And it's a Viper. Does that mean it's any good? Well, that's what I attempted to find out. So, as you just figured out by me telling you, this is indeed the Dodge Viper. And it is a very good car, especially if you're Richard Hammond, in which case it's a brilliant car. I personally wouldn't go as far to say that, much like a Porsche or something relating to a Porsche, but nevertheless, this car is very good in my opinion. I mean, it's a nice one. It's one of the very few decent cars to come out of America. However, the one problem it has is in the cornering sectors. Yes, there are many issues with cornering, such as when you go around a corner, you tend to end up just more spinning out. I mean, it seems this thing, and I don't see this very often, has too much power. Sometimes in a car, they need to cut back a bit on the horsepower to make the car better. And in my opinion, this is definitely one of these times. As you can see, there, it goes mental. Every corner, it just wants to jump out and eat a steak or something. I mean, look. I mean, you go around a corner and it just loses itself. Which I guess is good if that's what you're looking in a car. However, if you're looking for a car which doesn't spin out and is easy to drive, then this is definitely not for you. I can recommend that straight up now. But there are many other good things with this car, because, you know, when you're in America, you always find out that they pay close attention to the little things, such as making the Dodge Viper logo, as you see on the back, Mr. Snakey there. Yeah, he lights up. No idea why that is. I don't know why that was a thing they needed, but apparently that's what they needed, so they attached it. So, if you're a fan of lighting up snakes, then there you go, I guess. But at the same time, there are quite a few things I generally do like about this car. I've got to be honest, there are a few things. So, for starters, if we have a quick look inside the interior, there are lots and lots of dials. However, all these dials seem to have some form of a meaning. You know, you got your fuel, which obviously, well, you're going to need. You got your rev counter, nice and simple, nice and big. And you got your speed, as you see, it's got its top speed of 220. But then you've got a load of things which just makes it feel like some form of a flaming rocket scientist in like Cape Canaveral and everything. Because look at them all, it's got a teapot with stuff coming out of it. What does that mean? What does the teapot mean? Oh, it could be a gravy boat. And then there's one with some stick. Looks like James May's stick, actually, because it looks a bit dodgy. But, you know, you got stuff like the radio player, which is good. You know, I mean, you can get lots of stuff on there, such as, well, actually, no, it's a lie. I can't tune into any radios, because currently I'm in the desert. But, you know, when you do, you get the chance to log into different radios. Also, it has a back window, which ever since I reviewed the RUF, I keep coming back to. Because in my opinion, that's a vital thing if you can actually look in the back window. Otherwise, you're just going to crash into a better car that is coming down the road. It also has many clear dials and little knobs which James May will enjoy playing with, I can assure you of that. You know, all of this just makes you feel like you're in some form of a space rocket. But then again, comes down to everything. Yo, is this car really practical? I mean, this isn't a Top Gear question, but heck, we're going to answer it anyway. If you're a Richard Hammond, you instantly assume it's practical. It's not. I mean, it's a two-door American sports car. It's not designed to be practical. It's designed to be loud and Richard Hammondy. But it's not Richard Hammondy because it's not small. The bonnet on this thing is enormous. It's like there's a bonnet for like 5 kilometers, and then all of a sudden then there's just the cockpit and it just ends. So in basic way, this is just an American Mercedes. So they've literally just got the Mercedes, shoved a 500, 600 odd horsepower engine into it, and just signed it off. Oh yeah, and put a light up snake on the back. But not only that, the cosmetic design is fairly nice, I will be honest. I mean, it's designed in a way that it looks nice and sleek. It kind of grows up over the bonnet and then it eventually like comes round the cockpit and then finishes off on the bottom with a bit of a kind of like a boot section. I wouldn't be sure you would call it a boot. I mean, you can't fit any shopping in there. You can't fit a nuclear warhead or whatever in there, whatever you might want to carry. But as you can see, the gear changes are just wonderful. You just have this nice gear stick. You know, I mean, it's fairly nice. All it is just a ball with a stick underneath it. So James May will like that too. He'll like his knobs and balls. That's what James May is into. But, you know, I honestly don't mind this. For an American car, for once, I'm going to agree that I don't think it's that bad. That bad. So, at the end of the day, is this car worth your time, your money, your whatever you might lose in an accident with this car? I don't know, you see, because this is one of those cars where it's a little bit like Marmite. You either love it, Richard Hammond, or you hate it. Me, James May region. I'm not going to say I'm near James May, otherwise he might get excited and I don't want that. But, you know, I don't mind it that much. I mean, it's nice for an American car, but if you stuck a Porsche badge or a Ford badge, well no, Ford's American, ignore that, a Ferrari badge, you know, an Aston Martin badge, you just wouldn't like it. But the fact it's a Dodge, you then instantly, it's kind of like a child in a class, you know, even if it's done something completely terrible, it broke the flute while playing it, you still clap it and tell it, well done, you've done very well, just because it can't actually generally play it. It's like that with this. You know it's not very good, initially, in some cases, so therefore you just say, yes, well done, now go make another. So there was my little roundup of the Dodge Viper. Now, we need to see how fast it can go round a track, and in order to do this, we need to hand it over to our team racing driver. Some say he has a digital face, and all of his potted plants are called Steve. All we know is he's called the Stig. So there goes the Stig in the Dodge Viper SRT 2010 Coupe. Off he goes round the first S-bend. As you see there, he's struggling with his little Stiggy paws to keep it. We're on that racing line. As you see, he's coming up to the next one. Can he make it? Can he make it? Oh, he just does. Here he is again, coming up to yet another one of these little hairpin bends. We see many of these on the show. As you see, oh, he just makes it around there. Just, see, you have to be Stig in order to be able to control this car, in my own opinion. And, as you can tell, I'm very pinion heavy. Oh, it goes round that corner. Oh, he just loses it there. Just. Now, finally, Stig is coming down the straight. You listen to his little V8 engine there, roaring away. Oh, here he comes, and across the line. So, we indeed now have a lap time for our Dodge Viper. And it did it. Are you ready for this? In 2, that's minutes, 20, 3. Yes, it is indeed done it in 2 minutes and 23 seconds, just putting it behind the RUF CTR-3, which for an American road car isn't bad. I'm going to be honest, for the price it costs compared to the RUF, to only be a second slower isn't that bad. I myself am surprised. But now it's time for the news. And bad news, we're all out of jobs thanks to Jezza. Thank you, Jezza. Wow, that steak must have been really worth it, mustn't it? Cheers. Yes, but it's not my fault. I didn't want cold meat cuttings. I wanted a hot steak. So, yeah, yeah, that's probably an issue now, isn't it? Well, I would imagine so, presuming you've literally just gone and lost us our jobs. So thanks for that. You know what? Now at the end, we won't be able to take round a Ferrari, a McLaren and a Porsche at the end because you got angry over a steak dinner. Yes, but it had fondant potatoes. I wanted them as well. Not a cold plate of meat. That's what you've got to understand. Oh yeah, and apparently there's a Bring Back Clarkson thing. I bet if I got fired, I bet there wouldn't be a Bring Back May. Oh no, I wonder why. I wonder why nobody would want you, James. But seriously though, did you have to punch him? I mean, it was a dinner. You could have just gone to another restaurant and had it later. Yes, but I can't do much about it now, can I? I've already punched him, and I haven't had a steak dinner, so now I'm even more angry. And now I'm also even more poor, because now I'm technically out of a job, even though they're not poor because I live in the Isle of Man, and well, that's a tax haven, so you know what, I probably would be alright anyway. Well, that concludes it for very eventful news. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, what happens when you're stuck alone on a mountain in the freezing cold? What happens? Well, to find out, we took the idea that the Top Gear crew came up with to have one of those watch thingies which transmits your data, and then that would link to us, and then we'd attempt to slightly better do it. Didn't really turn out that way though, did it, Hammond? No, you morons. So of course, since Richard Grills was the only one capable of surviving on top of a mountain for many days, we thought it'd be best to send him up there, and then for us to go pick him up. So, how do we know if Hammond's ready to be picked up? I mean, well, obviously I'd rather not pick him up. I mean, I kind of like getting rid of him. I mean, it's nice for once, you know. You can stroll around the office, well, outside it, and not be buggered about what kind of tractor he should buy next. A few moments later, we heard a noise. Hold on, I'm getting a tracking location on Hammond. Hold on, it's going to... Okay, he's in the solar... Oh, that's what a shame, he's inside the solar system. Okay, right. Where is he? Where have we got to go save him? Oh! He's on the mountains. Well, thank God he's that far away. So, like every good search team, we need a plan. And we need a good one. What would Hammond like? He would like an egg. And I tell you what, I bet you fancy a pie, so let's go find a restaurant. Oh, I like that idea. I fancy a steak and ale. Meanwhile, what the? Where am I? Okay, right. Holy moly, I'm high up. Alright, so we're what just sent the distress signal. They should be here fairly soon, if they're not being complete and utter morons. Which they will be. So fun. And unlike the two chain-smoking orangutans, I was stuck in the wilderness. Cold, 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 cold. Ah, that was brilliant. Anyway, we need to go save Hammond. However, the law is actually stopping us because we may have drank a bit of wine in there. Well, Clarkson had a few beers because he's a moron. But, yeah, so I think the best idea for Hammond's safety and for ours and for the road user's safety, I think we should go spend a night in the Ritz. What a brilliant idea. God, it's wonderful in here. Look at these beds. However, the next morning, we vow to rescue Hammond. There might be a slight issue with that. Right, so now the Superleggera's wrecked. We're gonna have to go fly there. Alright, James, come on, let's go to the airport. However, by the time we got there, it was nearly night. Alright, so you're telling me the next flight is tomorrow, but it's by Kerbal Air. I don't really like the food on there. It's a bit plastic. You got anything else? No, Eve Corp won't do either. The seats are a bit... I don't like the upholstery, to be honest. I mean, they use plastic bin liners on there. It's terrible. Any others? No? Oh, what a shame. I mean, what a rotten bit of luck. I mean, he's going to be stuck there all night in the freezing cold. Right, let's go. However, all of this made Hammond an unhappy hobbit. Where are they? It's been a day. Why did I have to be saved by these two? Tell you what, if I could reach, I would punch Jeremy Clarkson in a minute. Man, I could really do with a steak dinner right now. But, thanks to James, we now had a plane that we could take. And it had nice upholstery. Oh my god, what are you doing, James? You're going fast. Well, I have to. They've got a special offer on pies over there. James, what are you doing? Oh my god. However, by the time we got there, it was day. Unfortunately, the landing wasn't quite what I expected. So, we got in our custom Kerbal mountain climbing truck and set off for Hammond. Power! Oh god. So as the BBC reluctantly sent us another one, James May thought it would be best if he took the wheel. This proved to be completely stupid. Oh, look at that! 3 miles an hour! Oh, we are rocketing along today. And so with that, I decided to take the wheel and literally fly it over to Hammond. Now right now you might be thinking, hang on a second, Matilda's joined video editing. No, she hasn't. This is actually a brand new Kerbal concept. It's called the Flying Shower of Doom, and it will set you back a cost of about 3.5 million. So therefore it's probably best to not let James May near it. Anyway, we'd probably end up going towards the beach knowing him. But you see, it doesn't come with a sat nav, so I'm taking matters into my own hands, and to save you viewers about 5 millenniums of your lifespan having to watch him drive boringly across the desert to Hammond, where he will then be moaningly turned into some form of a skeleton, I'm just going to fly there instead. Don't worry, Hammond boy, we are coming for you. Yes, we are. Actually, I wish we weren't, but we are. Anyway, Hammond, we're coming for you. Actually, that's the thing. Did I let James May out or not? He's probably still stuck inside the capsule. Hold on, I see a white little thing. That must be Hammond. It must be Hammond because it's short and because it's small. How can I see it up here? Nevertheless, we're going for it. Come on, let's give it the power. Just a brief question. All the manuals are in Swedish, so how am I meant to land this? Right, slowly. Slowly, slowly. That's it, that's it. Don't worry, we're coming for you. Yes, look at this. Yes, slowly. Slowly but powerful. Yes, like that. Like that. So now bring it up, bring it up. Slow, 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 slow. There we go. Yes, we are coming down. Not with the cold this time, but with the James May. That's a bad thing, actually. You don't want to deliver a James May. That's the last thing you want to do. Otherwise, he'll just go ranting on about some wooden coffee sticks. That's what he's normally like inside the office. Okay, now, this is the moment. Can we save Hammond? Unlikely we can, but for all of our sanities, it's probably best that we, at the very least, have a go. At least then he won't moan at us when he's dead or something. That's it. That's it. Down, gently, gently. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. From now on, call me Captain Clarkson. I have landed. Oh, God, I forgot the brakes. Oh, sorry, that was close. Jezza, it's been 3 days. What the... You've left me up here for 3 days. What have you been doing? It was all James May's fault, you see. He got too drunk and everything. It's starting up on its own. Help! Oh, cock. Oh, well done, you orangutan. So with that, I guess, back to the studio. Well, that went very well, didn't it? Thanks a bunch, you two. I will admit, though, my pie was very nice. And so was my steak. But anyway, on that bombshell, or steak shell, we will leave it here. So anyway, thank you for watching, and good night.